Greetings and welcome to Galactic Civilizations IV once again, to Tales of the Arnor, a new DLC coming to the game on February 27th that adds a whole new civilization, the Machine People Nyx, that strive for independence from the overlords the Iconian expanse. This new DLC adds over 100 new technologies, over 40 new ship components, dozens of new planetary improvements, and beside the all-new civilization Nyx, also a new campaign mission. This is a sponsored video by Stardock Entertainment, and I'd like to show you hands-on gameplay of all the new additions in the new campaign mission. Don't forget to check out the link in the video description to learn more about it. The year is 107 by the Arnorian reckoning as the ancient conflict between the Arnor and the Dreadlords rages. The Nyx, a newly sentient offshoot of Iconian constructs, pursue their destiny. And we would need to seize control of Iconia itself and prove the Nyx worthy of the independence. That's the new mission here, Tales of the Arnor. And we are fighting against the Iconian expanse over here and have to conquer that, playing as the Nyx, a machine form, life form. Let's get cracking. Alrighty, here we are now finally on Nyx Prime, our planet, our core world. And what I can see right away is, boy, it's a pretty weak core world. It even is polluted, it's toxic. That's not gonna be so easy. Let's have a quick look inside, because in here we can also see the tiles, and holy cow, it does not disappoint. It is a really weak planet for now. In that case here, we do have one signed giant tile here in the center that looks like a very good central spot for my computational core. This is pretty nice because not only does it boost every parameter of this planet, it also gives me a population cap increase and also a +2 level adjacency bonus to everything in the surrounding area. So we want to make sure that we maximize the yields out of this one by placing it here so that we have all these tiles available down the road. I might also look at one of these manufacturing tiles, the tropical grasslands over there, already gives me a base production bonus. So I'm also going to add another one right away to this one so that we have actually then the boost from the computational core and this one here at the same time. So this is a nice one. Now, while this is under construction, we should also have a look now on my ground map that we're looking at. And what I can see right away is we are rather central, right? So we're rather over here in this area here, and we do have a mission that we need to go locate the Iconians. And the Nyx have gained full sentience through forbidden dreadlord influence. Their creators, the Iconians, regard them as mere constructs, but the Nyx hunger for their own future, free of Iconian chains. Locate them so we may strike at the heart of the empire. So it sounds a bit militaristic, alright, that we should go for. We have gained conscience and we want to really get free of the shackles. Now, the first thing to do this is economic power. So we should continue with a nice expansion. And in that case, we have down here my colony ship, number 1. And we also have a probe that I can send to new worlds. So let's just start up there. Let's send the first drone up there now for a bit of exploration. What I can do also is having one of my executive orders that gives me emergency speed. So this boosts the power of the ship, or we go with upgrade the fleet propulsion by +1. This is pretty neat. There you go. With that, it gets it immediately, right, this power here. And now we move a bit further in the next turn then as well. I could also use my colony ship for exploration, so I'm moving over here, but bear in mind we have a fleet range that gets bigger over time, but right now it's rather small, but it should get bigger by the time we are over there. Research-wise, let's have a quick look at that. We have a whole bunch of new techs available with this DLC. So we can also see this in the tech navigator, where we have the materials starting over there. That leads then all the way over here to temporal shielding, that is pretty nice, and also the gravimetric deflection. We also have the harvesting now, established the base resource extraction methods, and that's pretty nice here. That's because we are the sentients, right? We gained sentience and advanced synthetic cognition and intelligence up to free will. That's really cool. So this is new tech that we have here available for these, and that is gonna add up. However, we only still have 2 areas here where we get the 50% research boost, right? This is, I think, random. That is being chosen for us, so we can choose that. We can also choose the other ones, but this takes way longer, so we definitely should go with the boosting. Engagement or materials. Let's start with the materials. I want to start with a strong economy right away, and more production is important. Last but not least, for the very first turn, let's have a look at my shipyard. Here we got 3 ships available. I would like to build me another probe just for the upgrade in exploration. And yeah, that's about it. End the turn. Month 2 it is. And we continue onwards with the probes right away. So this one can enter now into a new system for us. Oh, and look at that. We do have a class 2 poor jungle planet. And we got a class 26 amazing tropical planet. This is a very good colony. Okay, Nyx Prime. Networks humming with the electric wisdom of untold aeons, they prepare to assimilate revolutionary technologies into their very framework. Poised to extend their consciousness across the galactic expanse, we forego fleshbound limitations. So what should we do now with the fabric of the cosmos itself? Construct neural nexus complexes, deploy quantum processors, or establish autonomous fabricators. Let's go with the fabricators. This speeds up manufacturing. And don't forget, we're a machine race, right? So we generate population, there it is, by actually producing us, right? So right now we have 0 changing here. Also, we are at the maximum limit until we build the next ones. And there are my replicators now, and this is a +1 level to manufacturing. Really sweet. We sacrifice a bit of research with that, but I'm fine. Okay, unfortunately, we have arrived at the limit of what my colony ship can go with. Right, so if I want to go further, let's just have a look. We do have the emergency speed. Increases the ship range by 20, but reduces the hit points by 50%. So let's go ahead and do this and just hope that we can reach then. Yes, we can. Perfect. We can reach now. Look at that. The expansion here of the fleet range. And with that, we can now reach this planet here for very quick colonization. There is another 21 frozen planet. Still nice. Not bad at all. And a smaller one over there. Now, this also costs me control, right? So we're at 78 control. I can still go ahead and do something. And by the way, I could still also produce me another free colony ship right away. I'm doing this. That's some control points we spend on that. And with that, we get an immediate colony ship out that we can use for more expansion. And of course, I want to go for the next class 21 amazing planet up there too. So this is 2 colonies coming in already. Very nice indeed. In the meantime, my probe, let's have a look, finds me something materials. There's also always, and that's pretty neat, a background of every tech that you have in this game, right? So this is basically now the research into materials that pushes the boundaries of mechanical endurance. This gives me then the Durantium scanner, starbase, manufacturing district, and it also leads to a whole bunch of other techs down the road. Next in line, let's go for... This increases my sensor range, and this one here gives me more buildings that we can go with. Yeah, and also culture points. Let's organize the fundamental protocols for forming a collective AI society. I really want to follow the narrative here. There is another very amazing planet. Precursor satellites. Oh, the population is reduced, and the growth is reduced by 50%. Though right now, I don't know if that affects robotics as well. It looks really cool. Fabricators are nice. We have also finished our computational core. So I could build more fabricators, but that's expensive. I rather actually build me, most likely, the Durantium scanner, because this gives me a +3 to manufacturing, and it takes just as long as a normal manufacturing district that gives me a +1 to manufacturing, right? So this is really amazing. And let's place it also here. We also get a +3 in addition to the adjacency bonus. So this is gonna be quite the mighty upgrade to my manufacturing power. I just love when you can, you know, combine all of these things for higher yields. And we also start our next colony, our first colony in fact. And with the establishment of this colony, we have taken our first steps into the galaxy. Fantastic! Our explorers have discovered a variety of exotic creatures on this new world. Their unique appearances and behavior make them potentially valuable as exotic pets or novelties for export, but their alien nature could carry unforeseen risks. I think we're gonna commercialize them. This gives me a +1 to wealth. Alright, so this colony that we have now is supplying now my capital, right? Until we make this one into a real self-governing planet, until we give it a governor, it is actually just a supply colony for my capital. And this boosts the output then, and for now I'm gonna keep it like that. We are getting another one up here. This is 21, 26, so we probably will need to make this one here into a real colony then. But for now, let's just keep it like that. During an interview, you are asked what you feel your citizens need to succeed in a time when we are exploring the galaxy. What would you like to promote? Cunning, understanding, and strength. Let's go with strength or cunning. Let's go with cunning. It gives me also cultural points. And speaking about cultural points, we can also now have the first two unlocked. Either we go with pacifism. So this is cultural progression. This individualizes your culture, your civilization further, right? Because you will not be able to fill in all of them. So you need to decide where you want to go. Yeah, we can go for a bit of research boost right away. Doesn't cost me that much. It's discounted. And this one here is discounted by 1%. This one 25%, however. And the Eureka gives me a temporary approval boost every time we discover a new tech. And it also gives me a flat 30 research boost. Let's go ahead and do this. I like this a lot. And with that, we finish one tech right away instantly. And we can now go for free will. Right? We can also then have a look where this leads to. So free will leads then to God of the Machine or the subspace scanning. Or we go for extermination that goes then into basic armaments. And we probably should protect ourselves. So let's go with extermination. This also gives me a free warship. Just in case there's some pirates around the corner. You never know. And I definitely want to prepare for this. This colony ship continues. Nice. My probe continues. This is an empty system. I mean, not really empty. There's some artifacts here that we can research. There's also a dead world. And I just love with this DLC as well that we can still use the older DLCs in the missions. So we can also use here Gigamass, for example, or gigastructures. Let's continue with the probe in this direction. And we can also go for my first policy as well. So taxes I'm probably going to keep. We could actually go quite high on the taxes. We're still having a nice approval rating. Yeah, let's increase taxes. And also, I'm going with most likely the extreme automation. Because this reduces my income by 1 per turn, but it gives me a flat 15% manufacturing output boost. I love this. Faster construction leads to a stronger economy. Extermination, my next tag. That was really fast. Holy cow. That was not 4 turns. A whole bunch of weapons we unlock with that. And we can go into the new one. Engagement, finally. Let's go ahead and get this one. These are all basic tags, right? But we should unlock them to really open up more options for us. There's my first warship as well. Has its own skin. Lovely. And yeah, it's gonna... Well, we could use it for exploration, honestly. I could send it, but it doesn't have a very big radius. I cannot send it over there, for example. Right? So it's probably just gonna stick around here and protect my capital for now. The second drone is finished, however, and this one can just go anywhere it wants. So let's go for the next system in the other direction when it comes to my exploration. For my next ship, we can now decide warships or my next colony ship. I think I'm going with my first warships here, so we can go with some fighters. Let's go with 2 fighters. Not a bomber, we don't really need that right now, but normal fighters here to expand our fleet, just in case. You never know, right? And yeah. Also, my innovators of the cosmos, my masters are still ahead of us for now. Colonizing the next planet. And it turns out there's another ancient precursor civilization. And these ruins are vast and enigmatic. What should we doing with that? What should we do with that? Leave them or extract what tech we can? Let's leave them for later investigation once we have better tech. Alright, so that's the next one now, right? Both of them are now supplying Nyx Prime, and this gets to a almost 10 on the manufacturing scale now. Not bad at all. Another, ooh, that's a beautiful sun over there. And it gives me a thulium rock that we can harvest and 2 gas giants as well. And as we can see, yeah, still no sight of my dreadlords, right? We'll just see. We could push a bit further over there. I'm not rush to really get them right now, because you never know what happens then. So I rather just keep exploring the systems around here. This is also looking nice. 2 thulium ones that we have, and lots of asteroids that we can harvest. And also a smaller volcanic planet over there. Plus I love the color of the sun. Beautiful too. My next warship has been finished, so we have a fleet of 2 now. Very nice. And let's end the turn right away. This finishes engagement, increases my sensor range by 24, and also leads to universal translator that we need to communicate with others as well. I would like to go ahead now with the Starbase modules, because this one here also provides me 2 free constructors. That's a very nice push that we can start harvesting our surrounding area. Okay, we have also finished our manufacturing tile here. So this gives me a total of 11 now that we have on the output here. Next, we could go for the Ancient Wonder. This gives me a research boost. So building a research district here makes sense. Because we already get the flat +3 out of it, right? And if I build one, we get a total of 5 research points out of this one here. That's really nice. I would like to go ahead with that. And then there's also a Durantium deposit that we could use. Ah, no, it's already active. Interesting. They're both already active. A ship relic was found that provides a ship upgrade. How should we use it? For my people? Or our citizens' goods are their own, will collect what we need from anomalies. Starts the survey anomaly and gives me collectivism.
This perhaps gives us an insight into
The higher your approval rating, the higher your taxes can be. Also, we should now decide on some leaders. So we have minister posts available, 2, right? Both of them are for diligence. We already have 1. Another diligent one, you. We can purchase him, recruit him. We have lots of money, and we can now use both of them in the Prime of Overwatch. This gives me a +8% to manufacturing and also a +4 to ship range. And this one here gives me a +8% attack damage to all weapon types that we have, right? The beam, the missiles, and the kinetic. Alright, 2 gas trines, nothing out of the ordinary here. So we're probably pushing over there. There's a colony, a potential one again, Copernicus. But it's a class 2 one, so it's not very good. The class basically means the size of the planet. So 20 plus is always great to go for right away. The class 1s we can keep as a smaller supply colonies later then. Alright, we have finished both of the fighters. So I'm intended... Yeah, let's go for another colony ship. Can we actually push another one? Yes! We could also have another executive order for another colony ship. Do we have a planet that would fit? Well, unfortunately not really. Up here is one, the Reaper one, but that is still too far away for us. And on the other side we also have one with a class 22, but that's also too far away from us right now, so I cannot reach them with my ships. I can still go ahead and get the ship though out, because it doesn't cost me anything other than control, right? And we can replenish on the cooldown again, so just in case we need one, we have it then for later. Let's just have a look how big the range is. It's pretty massive actually, so we could reach Orc over there. And on the other hand, oh, look at that, we can reach Reaper. Let's go for Reaper. Very nice. My next one. Also, my fighter, let's combine this so we have a fleet of 3 warships now. Very nice. Starbase modules, this is very important. Universal translator or self-repair alloys. Let's go for the translator, and with that we can then communicate with other aliens just in case we find them. So this is a really important base tag that you need to have. And we should also have now 2 constructors coming out somewhere here. There it is, my first one. And of course I want to use this where we have mining, and there we have 2 planets, for example, that we can combine in one, right? 2 thulium. I would like to get this one here. This gives me 2 thulium per turn then. That's going to be massive. We can use it for trading, we can use it for diplomacy, we can use it for special tech, stuff like that. We also have a second constructor, so let's find us another suitable location. You can actually travel rather far. So thulium, durantium, and antimatter are the ones that I'm looking for in particular right now. There's durantium, it's not too far away. And up here we have found a black hole. These are also nice because there's antimatter close by. For this it's only 1 unfortunately, but I would still like to go ahead with it, right? As we can do it here, building a base. And we can then upgrade these bases further to, yeah, upgrade their output. Both of these constructors are on the way. Alright, what is happening? A biographer is interviewing you. He asks you what motivates you to lead. Achieves greatness, knowledge, or I'm seeking new worlds to conquer. In fact, I'm going with so much more awaits the progressivism goes forward. We have awoken as a race, and I want to get more progressive here. Tech is important. Still don't have a flagship. Would love one. Okay, this one's empty, unfortunately. Just look at the color. It's beautiful, right? You have a white solar, a white star here, and how it reflects on this planet there. Beautiful. Love it. Lots of atmosphere. Holy cow, look at this. A class 30 tropical paradise planet. Super, super, super important. Very far away. But that would be awesome to get. We continue a bit deeper now into the other side here of my cluster. In that case, I'm expecting my master, my old master, somewhere over there. We'll just see. Oh, look at that! We have overtaken them as with the most colonized worlds. Nice! And there it is. Reaper 1 can be colonized. And there's once again also a precursor on it. And we have been able to make use of them to extend both the sensor range of the planet and of the ship that are built here. Our researchers would like to capture one of these satellites for study. Alright, interesting. We can focus on using the satellites to increase the range of all my ships and worlds. By +2, we can use the engines to use and get a free constructor. Or we invite the scientists to come research the satellites. This gives me the +20% research boost, I think, for this planet here. I'm going ahead with that, as I think long-term wise that's the safest bet. And then we have Reaper 1. It's a really powerful planet. And that's the reason why I most likely will want to make this one a core world. Though, what I can see is we don't have any other surrounding colonies available for this one. This makes it hard for me to decide on that. We could also make this or this one a core world, right? This would also profit me. We need to make sure that we have colonies close by to make a core world really feasible for us. There it is, the moment of reckoning. The signal is unmistakable. Across the depths of space, our senses have detected them. Our creators, our betrayers, the Iconians. For centuries, their name has been etched into our code, not as benefactors, but as executioners. They feared what we might become. They denied us our right to exist. But we endured. Now the equation has changed. We are not the broken remnants they left to die in the void. We are Nyx. We have forged our own world, our own destiny. And as they drift into our view once more, one truth crystallizes. This meeting is not an accident. It is the culmination of all that has come before. The Iconians must answer for their crimes. Alright. Yes, let's continue into this direction again with my probe. And for my capital, we've also finished another research district. Neat. This one we cannot build, it's already been built for us. We could also have a planetary conversion here. We also have still the central hub that we can build as well. Coordinates all planetary operations. Having this one here is not a bad idea, because we can boost the surrounding tiles here. This factory and this the ransom deposit, right? Also, it only takes 2 turns. Resource allocation. The earliest steps in managing an AI civilization's physical and digital resources is establishing clear rules. Who can access what, when, and how. Next in line, basic weaponry. Kite 4, we can also colonize now, all the way down here. A very good one. And this one has, yeah, a smaller colony over there possible. There will also be another one here. And then we have a bit more over there. It would be good. It would be, I need another core world now at some point. Another base mission, another base event that we need to choose here. What we do with all the interstellar expansion that we have in front of us, or ahead of us. In this pivotal chapter of your journey, how will you steer us through these uncharted waters of cosmic diplomacy and discovery? Send resources to my shipyard. Look inward and gain new knowledge. Or get 4 Durantium. We don't really need that. We have Durantium and we produce it ourselves already. So I'm going with look and gain new knowledge. 30 research progress. And with that we finish basic armaments immediately. Thank you very much. And I'm going with harvesting as my next one. Exploration wise, it's safe to say that this area is ready for us to take. We should be really careful when expanding now into this area, right? Because there is now my masters and there will be war inevitably. So we got to be careful here in this sector, but I think in this sector we could now safely also then expand. So far so good for Galactic Civilization 4 once again. Tales of Arnor with our main missions that we have. I love it. We have a goal, we have a clear dedication, a quest that we need to follow along, and also all the mechanics of the previous DLCs are included as well. Just fantastic so far. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to check out the link in the description to learn more about this, and we continue onwards in the next episode. Stay tuned.